Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Sharky Leo talks about ASIMs because he's low on rent. For today's video, I'm actually kind of complaining about outcome memories. Wow, my first outcome memories rant. How long until we get the "It's Over" videos? Anyways, today's video topic is going to be about our favorite killer in this game because he's our only killer, 2011X. And well, if you've seen literally any ASIM YouTuber's opinion about 2011X, I think you already know how this video is gonna start. Blah blah, 2011X sucks. He's buns. But that's actually not what I'm going to present in this video. Wow. I actually want to get into the actual nit and gritty of why 2011X is so hated to play as and to play against. So, if you do end up enjoying this video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, press that weird little hype button thing they have on mobile. It helps out the channel a lot. Join my Discord if you really want to support me. You can also be part of videos because a lot of people in the background of my videos are my subscribers, like this Sonic I am brutally murdering here. And of course, shout out to my members. Now, let's get right into it. So the first issue with 2011X is that he is not a good beginner character at all. Like, he is the furthest thing from beginner friendly that you can have in an ASIM. Ideally, in an ASIM, you want to have a character that is easy to understand, that is simple, but is also powerful. So obviously you don't want it to be so that new players can just pick their nose and win the game for free, but at the same time you don't want it to be so that people don't even know how to play killer in the killer game without having to look up 1 million guides. Literally just look at 2011X's moveset and how complicated it is, and you'll instantly understand why people don't like 2011X. First of all, let's just go over his moveset. First of all, he has invisibility. Now, invisibility looks pretty simple on paper. He goes invisible, you know, he can teleport up to people, but the biggest issue with invisibility is unless you're using the invis tech, it is a complete garbage move for mobility. And if you don't know what the invis tech is, if you go too close with invisibility and you try to like unshroud yourself, it forces you into really long end lag, which is basically a free stun by every single survivor that isn't Eggman and Cream, and they basically get away and get the same amount of distance as you're trying to catch up to them with, and then you're on cooldown. It makes playing 2011X really frustrating. So what players invented was a tech that you can try cutting them off by going to a specific amount of studs away from them and unshrouding, and that would let you get free hits. Now, honestly, I have my own thoughts on the invis tech. I think it's incredibly bullshit and incredibly unfun to play against, but it is literally impossible to win with 2011X without the invis tech. So already off rip, that is really bad for starter players. They have to know somehow an entire tech that you would only know off Google. Second, charge. It is legitimately only good for kill confirms. You literally charge up, you fly towards the survivor, you grab them, and you force them into a minigame. Cool, that sounds fair on paper. You just get them into a minigame and you drain their health, but you can get stunned out of it. So for new players, they're just going to use charge willy-nilly and just have no idea how it works, and just constantly get stunned out of charge and be like, what is the point of this move? When actually the entire point of charge for some reason is to use it for kill confirms. Like, charge kills at 15, so you have to specifically go out of your way to charge when they're low health to make sure the kill is finished, and even then you have to make sure that other survivors aren't nearby to cancel your charge. And of course, with 2011X, there's always bugs. So there's the entire, charge bug bullshit, where even if you grab someone when they're meant to be killed, they just don't, and everyone is left confused. And of course, the only fix for this is to press M1 while in charge, instead of, them fixing it right now instead of 0.2. Look, I'm not hating. I just really want 2011X fixed. But instead of them fixing it, we were just told that on the Outcome Memories Discord, which majority of the players are not going to be in, that you need to M1 after getting the charge bug, and that doesn't even work all the time. So not only did they need to know the invis tech, they also got to know about the charge bug. Now, God's Trickery Somehow, the move with the most complicated like set for survivors is the most simple. You blind survivors for like a moment, you teleport to them, you do a quick time event. There's a chance you hit them, there's a chance you don't. It depends on how good the survivor is and how bugged the God's Trickery decides to be during that day. And of course, the entirety of Rage Mode. Rage Mode is the thing that's going to be the most simple for newer players. They see a big fat button called Rage Mode after getting stunned a lot. They press it, they're like, heh, I'm going to show you now. And you go super evil angry mode. However, what I don't get is new players are going to be confused. Hey, why is my invisibility slowing me down and just marking the survivors? Instead of them renaming the move for Rage Mode, it's still called invisibility. And it also disables God's Trickery. And charge is slightly buffed, but you know, it's still charged, so you can get stunned out of it. But it does kill slightly earlier with the health drain. So all in all, 2011X is really not beginner friendly. You kind of have to know the literal Bible to try and understand his entire moveset for some odd reason. And don't even get me started on how bullshit 2011X is on some maps. But let me get to the next section first before I get to that. Second, some survivors just completely counterplay 2011X. I cannot explain to you, you could probably even see it in this background gameplay, how absolutely miserable Eggman is to play against. Eggman having a double jump against a killer who struggles with vertical mobility has to be one of the dumbest decisions I've ever seen for an asymmetrical game ever. Especially with the fact that he's the only killer in the game. If I have to deal with an Eggman going to a spot I cannot reach for the 90th time, I'm going to jump off a bridge and blame it on you guys. 500 likes and I jump off a bridge with Eggman. Alright, so the issue is, especially with Eggman, every single one of his moves counters 2011X. You use invisibility, oh he's got jetpack boost. You use charge, oh he's got that shitty little shield thing. Oh, you use God's Trickery, oh he can just double jump and force you to fall off a place. It's so incredibly miserable to play against. The only person 2011X counters is Tails and Sonic. And for some god-known reason, Sonic completely wallops 2011X in normal gameplay, but gets completely demolished by him in LMS because of the guilt passive and 2011X's movement. And it's the other way round for LMS for Tails. Tails gets completely destroyed by 2011X outside of LMS. Tails completely bullies 2011X in LMS. So there's a point where it doesn't even become a counter. It just becomes a fight. It's just you fighting for your life as 2011X. And the fact is, you're not going to have Rage Mode 99% of the time in these situations. And Rage Mode doesn't even help half the time, especially with the verticality issue. If Eggman decides to double jump a spot while you are in Rage Mode, there is legitimately nothing you can do about it. And it's such bullshit. This LMS specifically, if you watch carefully, got so bad that this Eggman, being a mobile player, was able to escape my charge on 15 HP instead of dying. And to win, he had to die to lightning. Do you see that? He died to lightning. Not by my hands. Not by me clutching up, the lightning decided to get rid of him because 2011X's moveset is that ass. And with the way 2011X is designed, the saddest part of all, any buffs are just going to make him absolutely miserable to play against. If you increase his M1 damage, he's going to completely destroy survivors that can't even defend themselves like cream. If you change his God's Trickery properties, you're just gonna make it unfair for the people who spend all their time memorizing the stupid little patterns they have. There's genuinely, in this current state, 2011X 100% needs an entire rework. And I hope to God they do not increase his M1 damage and his M1 cooldown. Because I saw that clip of what that guy did to that metal main. And oh my god, his health got completely destroyed. And I don't even want to think about how horrible LMS is going to be as Sonic if the killer's M1 base M1 damage goes from 43 to like what? I think 49 or 50 what they were going to change it to. I'm shuddering in anticipation because I do not want my dodge meter getting one shot by a single 2011X M1. And yes, I do agree, 2011X needs to be stronger, but with the way he's designed, there is generally no good way to go about it without making the other side miserable. If you nerf 2011X to make him less unfair to play against, 2011X is gonna be even more bullied than he currently is. If you buff 2011X to make him get bullied less, he's going to completely destroy some survivors and still lose against others because of the way he's designed. It's really sad and really confusing. But yeah, that's my little 2011X rant for outcome memories. So if you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, join my Discord, shout out to my channel membership. You guys are paying for my Spotify subscription right now. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time for the next episode of Asymmetrical Slot.